Well, the security apparatus in the nation of Haiti are on high alert as President Ruto is set to make his first ever visit to the nation of Haiti on his way to the United Nations General Assembly. It will be the 79th UNGA in New York, and the president is making a detour to visit the nation of Haiti, and this will be a diplomatic visit to the nation of Haiti. It should be known that just last year, Kenya made the resolve to deploy to Haiti. And when Kenya made that resolve to deploy to Haiti, the Prime Minister of Haiti then, Ariel Henry, made a visit to Kenya as per stipulated by the Kenyan courts that any deployment to a foreign nation has to have bilateral agreements. And the bilateral agreement means that Kenya and Haiti had to have formal diplomatic relations. That means that Kenya had to set a diplomatic mission in Haiti, and that diplomatic mission was set just last year. So 1 year down the line, the president of Kenya is heading to Haiti. For the first time, a Kenyan president is going to touch down in Haiti to visit the nation. And of course, Kenya now has interest in what is happening in Haiti because its forces, the Kenya police, deployed in Haiti, 400 of them, and the president is going also to meet the 400 police officers in Haiti. But first and foremost, the president will make sure that he has met the Presidential Transitional Council headed by LeBlanc to ensure that they speak about the security of Haiti and the future of the Kenyan forces in Haiti. So the president is not going to meet with the Prime Minister of Haiti, Gary Conille, in Haiti because the Prime Minister of Haiti has already left the country to go to New York for the 79th UNGA, but the Presidential Transitional Council is in Haiti, and that just echoes the governance in Haiti and the structure of governance in Haiti, where the president is the head of state and the prime minister is the head of government. So the president is right to meet the Presidential Council because that is the representation of the president, currently president of the nation of Haiti. And then perhaps he will meet the Prime Minister, Gary Conille, alongside the meetings in the UNGA. Well, the president will also go to visit the 400 deployed officers, Kenyan police officers in Haiti, to speak to them and to understand the challenges that they have been going through. We understand that the Kenyan forces were complaining that they don't have enough supplies and that not much has been done towards getting them the funding that they need to push on. So that will be a topic of discussion that the president is going to handle. And this now will channel down also to what the president is going to do in the UNGA summit, because there is a charter after the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, left the nation of Haiti. He stipulated that there is a possibility that this mission could change from being a UN-backed mission to a fully UN mission so that there could be enough funding for the troops who are in Haiti and more troops to deploy to Haiti, because currently the framework of funding is that the US and Canada are supposed to give the bulk of the amount of money that should support the forces in Haiti. But currently, that commitment has not been fulfilled by the US and Canada. It has not been fully fulfilled. And that is why there is a lag in deployment. That is why the progress has been slow in achieving the mandates that they're supposed to achieve in Haiti. So the talk about funding will take center stage, and that we will keep on tab to make sure that we give you full information about the discussions on funding and how they're going to go about it and what the president will tell the 400 police officers in Haiti. It should be noted that this is also coming just days after the Kenya police reported great achievements in their deployment and keeping security in Haiti, where they went into gang-infested regions of Delmas and other regions in Port-au-Prince to pacify the regions. They reported that they were able to pacify Delmas. They were able to pacify Delma 6, specifically the region where Barbecue Jimmy Cherizier has been operating from. That means that they were able to make Jimmy Cherizier to flee from the operating base that he was using. So the president is visiting at a time when the achievements of the Kenyan forces in Haiti have become vivid. The achievements of the Kenyan forces in Haiti have become a reality. And this is the time also where the forces have been joined by the Jamaican forces and the Belize forces to make that international face of the MSS forces that is supposed to have to represent the international community in countering the gang violence in Haiti. The Kenyan president is also visiting the nation of Haiti at a period when the deployment is in question in terms of how many people are going to deploy to the nation of Haiti, because at the moment, Kenya has not yet fulfilled the full number of forces that are supposed to deploy to Haiti because of funding reasons and diplomatic reasons also. There are nations that have also given their pledges to deploy but have not yet deployed. So the president is also going to discuss about the possibility of other nations joining the Kenyans that are in Haiti to deploy, as well as the Kenyans that are in the nation of Kenya to deploy to Haiti and make the full pledge of 1,000 forces from Kenya. We understand that the full number of deployment of forces in Haiti should be 2,500 forces, but as of now, we have a number shy of 500 people who have deployed to keep security in the nation. The Haitian National Police is also making efforts to recruit more members to the police service so that they could help in countering the gangs in the nation. So the president is also going to have the task to assure the Presidential Transitional Council of Haiti that there will be full deployment, as well as he's also going to speak about the worries that many Haitians have of the ability of Kenyans to fight the gangs in the country, because many have raised the question whether Kenyans are capable of restoring the nation of Haiti back on its feet, because as Haiti went to the UNSC last year to ask for support, they thought that other nations, perhaps the US or Canada, will deploy, but the US and Canada say that they will not deploy, and Kenya stepped forward to claim that position to deploy, and that has been taken differently by different sectors. What we know is that Gary Conille, the Prime Minister of Haiti, has been grateful for the deployment of Kenyans in Haiti and has been asking for more support from other nations, as well as Kenya, to fulfill the 1,000 forces as promised, as well as other nations like Benin, Bangladesh, Chad, and other nations, Barbados, Bahamas, in the CARICOM community, to also deploy so that they can make the full number of forces that are supposed to counter the gangs in Haiti. What we know is the gangs have remained adamant. Jimmy Cherizi himself came out and said that he will be resisting the Kenyans, and he will be resisting the Jamaicans or the Belize that have deployed in Haiti, and he's ready to fight them to the end. So the Kenyan president will have the odious task to also convince the Presidential Transitional Council, as well as the Haitian nationals, of the resolve of Kenya to reinstate Haiti back on its feet.